leave the world today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Said by Walter. Walter Elias Disney, or more famously known as Walt Disney. This man had an amazing idea that would last forever. As Walt was growing up, he was fascinated with cartoons and animation. This idea and creativity became the very foundation of the Walt Disney Company. According to the WaltDisneyCompany.com, on October 16, 1923, Walt Disney and his younger brother Roy signed a contract with M.J. Winkler. The cartoons that were later produced were called Alice Comedies, which later became Alice in Wonderland. Later, Disney created a cartoon of a rabbit named Oswald. On September 5, 1927, the first release of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit debuted. November 18, the next year, Steamboat Willie was released at Colony Theater in New York, starring Mickey Mouse, with the first glimpse of Minnie Mouse. January 13th of the next decade, a Mickey Mouse comic strip debuted. December 21st, 1937, Disney's first feature-length animated film, called Snow White, was released. Then, in 1939, on December 30th, the Disney studio moved from Los Angeles to Burbank, California. To start the 1940s off, November 13th, Fantasia was released. It contained 7 animated segments set to classical music, including the Nutcracker Suite. Following that, on October 1st, 1949, the Walt Disney Company music was formed. In the 1950s, Disney began to really take wing in television. On July 19, 1950, the first completely live action feature called Treasure Island was released. On February 5th, in 1953, a Scottish play written by J.M. Barrie was transformed into another Disney film called Peter Pan. July 17th of the next year, Disneyland Anaheim opened in California. That same year, on October 3rd, the Mickey Mouse Club was created. Some Mouseketeers later included Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, Britney Spears, and Justin Timberlake. The 1960s had its ups and downs. August 29, 1964, Mary Poppins was released, which featured Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. On December 15, 1966, Walt Disney passed away from lung cancer at the age of 66. To end the decade, on December 25, 1969, the Disney on Parade debuted in Chicago for Christmas. Not too much happened in the 1970s, but on October 1, 1971, the Walt Disney World opened up in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, which only consisted of the Magic Kingdom. That same year, on December 20th, Walt Disney's younger brother, Roy, passed away of a seizure. In the 1980s, a $1 billion Epcot was built at Walt Disney World Resort on October 1st. April 18, 1983, the first cartoon to debut on the new Disney Channel was Welcome to Pooh's Corner. The 1990s had things to sing about. April 12, 1992, Disneyland Paris was finished and opened to the public. April 18, 1994, Beauty and the Beast Broadway opened. June 15th of the same year, The Lion King debuted. From 2000 until now, many events have passed. An important event would include Walt Disney's 100th anniversary on December 5th, 2001. Also, on May 5th, 2006, Pixar was purchased by Disney. December 31st, 2009, Marvel joined Disney. November 24th, 2010, Tangled was released, starring Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi. June 22nd of last year, the movie Brave was released. Oz, the Great and Powerful will be released March 8th of this year. The Walt Disney Company has been an interest in my life since I can remember. I hope I have shared something with you that will give you a newfound love of Disney. I know we're becoming young adults, but just remember this. As Walt Disney once said, adults are kids, just grown up.